Good afternoon, everybody. It's 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're here on ROD's Gold Digger Media channel on Discord. We're going to talk a little bit about options today. We're going to talk about his new YouTube channel. We're going to talk about different strategies, retiring on options, and just kind of kick it around a bit. So everybody that's available or anybody that'd like to join the conversation, this conversation is for all of us to enjoy and be a part of. ROD said he was running just a few minutes late, so please let me know if the audio is good. You guys can hear, there's no problems. I will appreciate that. Before we get started, make sure that this discussion is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Nothing shared here is a recommendation to buy or sell any securities by anybody, either people on the stage or participants in the audience. All investing involves risks and you are responsible for your own decisions. Please do your own research or consult a licensed professional before acting on anything discussed here today. Pow pow. With that, how's everybody doing? Do they have a decent day in the market today? I know Bitcoin was down a little over $1,000, but the Qs were up about 0.5%. That's good for me since I do some put spreads on the Qs. I don't want this to be just me gabbing into the wind, so please come on up, say something, raise your hand, become part of the conversation. ROD will be involved shortly. So I guess my first question is anybody here that's doing this, doing options regularly as an income stream? Go ahead and raise your hand. Let me bring you on up. While y'all are contemplating coming up and talking about that, I will say I do have an income sleeve. One of the income streams that I have is an options portfolio. In that options portfolio, I do a couple things. I wheel a couple items, but my strategies are put spreads on the Q, zero DTEs on the Q when it feels right. I also do collars. Iron condors, not collars, iron condors, and then the RODI. So I have basically 4 different strategies that I employ. Some of them overlap a little bit, but most of them are a little bit different so that the income stream isn't all specifically required to have the same type of action within the markets. So I can see everybody's talkative today. At least somebody come up and tell me that the audio is all right and good, because this isn't like a normal Discord voice where anybody can unmute themselves. They've got to come up on the stage. So go ahead and raise your hand. Come on up. Let me know at least the audio is good and everything's working properly.
The audio is good, and I can talk in just a little bit as soon as I have someone here that is leaving, and then I can be on with you guys. I'll share it over in my Discord too and see if we can get a few more people on.
Wonderful, and welcome back from your vacay. Looked like you had a great time.
Thank you. Yeah, it was amazing. It was so much fun.
Of course it was. All right, so let's see. There are 9 people in the audience. I can't imagine that all 9.
But I'm working on it.
That all 9 don't. That none of the 9 sell options. Go ahead and pop up your hand. Let's talk about a little bit about what you're doing and how you're doing it, or your experience with observing what ROD is doing. Your thoughts about that. What do you think about the new YouTube channel that he's going to spin up? He's going to separate the high yield dialogue from the options dialogue. I think that'll make it a little less convoluted. People will be able to pick what they want to hear and consume on your end. So I think that's a good move, but I'd love to hear what you all have to think about it. Anybody at all? Hello out there. ROD will join us in a little while and we'll get going. All right, we might also want to talk about what we think is going on with Bitcoin and the crypto markets currently, as we continue to get this slow bleed as we bounce between the 60 and 70 zone here. Do we think we're going to take out the low and get down to the 50 people have been talking about, or can we maintain this zone and then pinch it back up to the 75 area, which is kind of calling us? We're kind of getting called on that 75 area to the upside, 50 to the downside. Obviously, as I am heavily weighted in Bitcoin throughout the entire breadth of my portfolio, I'd love to see it go up as opposed to down. I know Tesla Groupie is doing wheel strategies, both on some leverage funds, Tesla, TSLL, but also she has BBAI. I don't know if she's still doing RCAT. I got the Roddy working on RCAT and on qubits. So anybody have any questions about those or want to share their experiences of it, please let me know. Go ahead and raise your hands and let me bring you on up so I am not the only voice that is filling these airways. All right, we're talkative crew today, not a problem. I want to know, does anybody here use technical analysis in determining and deciding what they're doing? How much weight do you put on technical analysis as opposed to just price action or where you're seeing the price at? Are you using technical analysis to adjudicate trades? I know I use some technical analysis. It comes from having been a day trader with the futures, S&P and Q, oil, gold, those things. And basically my chart would have been full of TA, whether it was overbought, oversold, volume. I also used a tick chart back then, which is different than a time rated chart. I used tick charts because I was scalping. So sometimes my trades would be no more than 10, 12, 20 seconds long. Oh, I'm sorry, the Roddy. So the Roddy is refers to the Cricket Roddy in the garage when ROD was doing his initial videos out of the garage and live every day. He decided he wanted to do some of his own options, so he does a trade or does an options trade that he calls the Roddy. Basically what it is, I know it would be a couple names in like the serious options vernacular, but it's basically doing a long dated, approximately a year out, synthetic position on a stock and then selling a married put at the same expiration. So you would have a synthetic long. So you'd be creating that synthetic long a year out, and then you'd be buying a put somewhere underneath it, 10, 15, 20%, whatever it is that you wanted to do as your tail risk cap, and then selling covered calls on them on a weekly basis. So that's what his Roddy is. So he's done that on probably about altogether about 10 different equities. And he's also doing it on index. I think he's doing it on the Qs and the IWMs. And he's kind of gone through a whole kind of arc of how that's worked for him. So that's what the Roddy is. I hope that makes sense. Please raise your hand if you're able to speak. I'd love to have somebody else dialoguing up here and have it not just be me, if that's at all possible. That would be lovely. Otherwise, I'll keep kind of tagging along here. Looks like ROD has joined us. Let me invite him up. So I did invite ROD up. I see you, D squared. I'll get you on up here also. So we have a couple more people that can take up the airways, and I'm not the only one blabbing here.
What I miss?
Just a lot of me bloviating about nothing.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
hopefully you record.
Yeah, I am recording it. I may cut it out, but yes, it was recorded.
Nice. That's the money maker, though. That's gonna make us go viral. That part.
It's gonna make us do something, that's for sure. So how was your day today? Do you have any good things happen for you today?
I went to the gym and I was in a million meetings. And yeah, that's it. How about you?
It was a good day. Took a trip to Nashville. Wife had an appointment in Nashville. Took a trip to Nashville. Did a little trading this morning. Went out to lunch. Kind of checked in on some of my online businesses, and then popped this up. So it's been a blessed day so far.
There you go. Well, thanks for doing this.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. Anytime. So I guess we were going to kind of talk about options here in a general, kind of like the evolution of how you've been looking at it as you've gone from one side of the spectrum to the other, maybe your new YouTube channel. Just kind of kick it around today with the options related topics. Tesla Groupie is up. She's going to be able to join us. She's on the stage, but she needs to have somebody come in and kind of make sure that she's there or that they can keep things under control. And then Double D or D squared is up on the stage too. I don't know if he can talk or not, but he is up on the stage.
All right, now it's a party.
Yeah, it's a party.
It is a party. I'm here.
Welcome. How are you, D squared?
I'm doing fantastic. How you guys doing?
I couldn't be better. Thank you so much for asking. Did you make any zero DTE trades on the indexes today?
I absolutely did. I did. I wait an hour after the open
Right.
to make my decision, and I like SPX. It was up from the get go, so I sold a put spread around 10:30, and then it started to tank. So I sold a call spread.
So you did an iron
Closed them both.
condor without doing the iron condor, right?
I did an iron condor, but not at the same time. It was just a put spread and a call spread separately, and both winners.
Oh,
So
nice.
ecstatic.
That's a nice play. And you just so in case somebody's not doesn't understand, I recognize it having done day trading on the futures all the time, that you generally waited for that first 10, 12 minutes, sometimes 20, could be longer. But why do you wait for that like first hour-ish before you putting on your trades?
I wait at least 30 minutes, and I saw that SPX, the first 30 minutes, it was just up, up, up. I look at the 5-minute chart, and every bar was up. If it was kind of mixed up and down, I'll do the iron condor there, but it just kept going up till about 10:20. Then it started to chop. That's when I put in the put spread, and then it started to chop down. I put in the call spread and closed them both.
Now, it would be important for people that are listening that are not familiar. The spreads are actually a really effective way to use your capital, because all you're required to have in collateral is the difference between the two spreads. Do you want to explain that at all so people understand it?
Yeah, sure. So I do 5 wing width, which means, and I'm not in front of my computer, I think I sold with the puts, I think I sold the 68.40 put and bought the 68.35 put to protect. So 500 is the collateral required minus the credit I received, which I think was $40 on that leg. So what, 460 risk? And yeah, I hope that helps. I don't know.
Yeah, so in other words, what I was 100%, you're right on. But what I was hoping to try to make sure that we disclosed was, in trading or doing options with the indexes, they are extremely expensive. But you can do this kind of trade, either the put spreads or the call spreads, or even the iron condors, with substantively less capital. So where it might be running $605, which you'd need $60,000 to be able to do just a single leg on the QQQs, you can do a $5 put spread for $500 of collateral. Or you can do a $5 on each side iron condor for only $1,000 of collateral. So it just allows you to participate in an index or doing some option trades with a lot less capital and make sure that you're being efficient. Would you agree, ROD?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never done one, but yeah, I agree.
That's part of the process behind your Roddy with the indexes, right, Rod?
Yeah, well, it's not for daily trades, but it's for weekly. But yeah, I can't afford to trade the Qs or IWM normally, so I kind of leverage it out through only putting up a small portion, because again, there's 3 legs. There's the long call, and then there's the put spread. So I only have to cover the difference of the put spread and collateral, which is good, right? But yeah, that's the whole purpose of doing those, because again, trading the index, you can't trade options on the index unless you do that, or if you're rich, which sucks, or if you do triple leverage like TNA, TQQQ, and I don't like that. Like, I wish they did have something to offer that we could wheel the SPY for $50 or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I'm looking into doing, because I didn't know you could until like I was this year's old, that you can do some of the options, or you can do options on the futures contracts, which like on the minis future contracts would be substantively less expensive. But I'm still looking at that because I'm not sure I entirely understand how that works. So as I get more knowledge and understanding of it, I'll definitely bring it to the group. But why don't you tell us a little bit about your decision to split your YouTube channels into two separate lanes?
Sure. So obviously, well, going way back, the channel name was The Broke Investor. Obviously, I changed it to Retire on Dividends. Everything was great because I was covering high yield funds and dividend ETFs in general, and that was pretty much it. And the channel was doing well, and I'm still grateful of how good the channel did. And even when I covered options in the past, I always just kind of threw it at the end of a high yield video, right? So what I noticed, and this may be right, may be wrong, but when I started doing separate videos about options, I feel like YouTube didn't like that, and so I didn't feel like I was in the algorithm like I was, used to, because I'm not sticking to my niche. I'm kind of jumping all over the place between high yield dividends, options. Now you see I'm doing some crypto too. But so I decided I'm going to make 3 channels basically. Right now I only have the 2, but and I've been thinking about this channel, the Retire on Options, for a while. I always joke the alter ego is, brew, but even if I do like one video a week about the Roddy, that's normal. People do that. They do one video a week. That I don't need to do a video every day on both channels. So I want to separate it. So okay, the crowd that likes options, they can go to that channel. The crowd that likes dividend ETF coverage, they can go to that channel. And then if I ever make the crypto channel, great. To be determined. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. On the options channel, are you going to just kind of focus on the things that you've been sharing on your regular channel now, and just separate that on a different highway?
Yeah, basically talk about the Roddy trades, the wheel, and then the options roundtable on occasion Monday. And then anything that we do on here, like maybe even this. Maybe this could be the first video, right, that I post there. I don't know. Yeah, just that's what I'm thinking about. The norm will be a Saturday video, how I did for the week, the Roddy coverage. And then maybe once or twice a month, I'll do an options roundtable, which obviously you've attended before. And those are fun. So
yeah, they are a lot of fun. And then maybe some educational, like actually taking some live trades so people can see that it's not quite so scary. Is that something that might work for you?
Yeah, whenever I'm off work and market's open, or if I could take a half day on the Friday, I'll do all my trades live. If people like that. And then yes, a whiteboard video that I need to do, because all of mine are so old and outdated. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you kind of migrated away, not kind of, but you've migrated away from the high yield, and you've pretty much gone to retired on dividends, or on options. Are you feeling, having done that now, that you are going to be able to do that retired part on options without some high yield vehicles to kind of undergird that or be part of it?
Oh yeah, I mean, if I have the time, sure. I'm having fun doing it. So that, as long as I'm having fun doing it, I'm even having fun, even though I lost $8,000 on, Robinhood. It's still fun to me because I'm learning, a new strategy in general. So yeah, obviously I could have lost the same amount on high yield ETFs too, but neither here nor there. But
I think the operative word was not could have, you would have.
well, yeah, if I was invested in like ooh
Yeah.
or one of the Robinhood funds in general, yeah, you could lose your shirt. But I could easily, and I did easily lose it as well. That's what people don't understand. Yeah, these high yield ETFs, if the underlying goes down, you're going to go down, right? So I know the sentiment is just so negative in the space lately. But as again, I still want to cover them and talk about them, and because they are still new and still something that a lot of people want to use because they don't want to trade options. Not the average person doesn't want to worry about trading options. And that's the reality. So finding the best, alternative in the high yield space is the challenge.
Yeah, I think so. And just so you know, because you're driving, Cosmic, who's in the audience, says that it would be wonderful or great, actually, is the word to use, to see execution of trades live. So he's all for that. So that there's at least one out there that would love to see that. And I know when you did that once before, it was quite popular and helpful, I think, to people.
All right. Well, if I ever do it, he better be there. All right.
So just on a side note, because I'm curious, because when you start first doing the Roddy, I remember texting you and asking you why you thought you'd be better at this than say YieldMax or somebody else when they were struggling to try to make things work doing the synthetic long and covered calls on top of it. Do you have a different perspective about that now than you did when we first chatted about it, or do you still have the same thought processes you did back then?
Well, I mean, I never definitely don't think I could do better than them. The only advantage I have is I'm not restricted to a prospectus. I could do whatever the hell I want, right? And that's what I like, right? So I don't have to sell calls at a certain strike to hit a certain yield. If I don't want to sell calls one week, I won't sell calls, right? Or, vice versa. I don't have to roll down my synthetic. I don't have to have short dated synthetics because I'm not under that concentration rule, right? So, there's a lot of advantages that I have, and one of them is not I'm better than them for sure. So
I'm sorry,
it is hard, but
I didn't mean to imply that you thought you were better than them at all. That's not what I'm sorry. I misstated that, but that you might
no,
have
I know.
a slight
Yeah,
advantage to them as being not like constrained quite as much.
yeah, no, I know, but I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about learning mainly, and trying different things. So, obviously, yeah, next is the zero DTE, but I haven't had a chance to try it, but I'm having fun learning the Roddy, right? Even though Tesla Groupie hates me because I don't do the wheel as much. The wheel is fun, but the wheel is easier than the Roddy, right? The Roddy, it requires a little more thinking depend on the scenario, right? The wheel's a little more straightforward, but again, there's so many different things you could do in options. But I'm gonna jump on mute a second. I'll be back in like 5 minutes if that's all right. Hopefully, someone else can chime in. Thank you.
No problem at all. Jeff Surfer threw up in the comments that he holds some high yield funds, IWMY, QDTE, Triple QY, Alti, and XDTE. So he's or he's weighted into the indexes, and then on top of that, he's thrown the ultra high yield Alti ULTY from YieldMax on top of it. Yeah, and all of those have a purpose that would fit into an overall or overarching kind of income stream. D squared, are you still there?
I am here, and yeah, I still own 6 YieldMax funds. Not a massive amount, but they serve their purpose, and I own several other high yield funds. My passion is options, zero DTE, but I work 9 to 5, so it's not always that simple. So, I trust these funds to do their thing, and yeah, so I'm okay with that.
So is the zero DTE, is that your go-to strategy? Do you have others that you layer on top of that, or are you strictly kind of like in that lane?
I will wheel. I wheel 3 funds: Soxel, TNA, TQQQ. I have not in a while because the market's been insane. So I like zero DTE. It's one day. Sometimes it's minutes, and you're in and out, and that's it, and you call it a day. Yeah. I mean, so I do wheel those 3, but right now it's zero DTE, SPX. That's it.
Now I'm assuming that you, since you're doing the quote unquote day trading, that you have an account that's large enough that doesn't get flagged for the day with the day trading rule.
I do, yes,
Okay.
and that's important. Yes.
Yeah, because if
I think they're
go ahead.
they're going to change that. FINRA has suggested they change that. The SEC has not approved it yet, but they should. I mean, it's them saying, retail traders can't handle their own risk, so we're going to handle it for them. No, let them do it.
I find it
So
I find it peculiar and odd that they'll let us bet on any given thing on a platform at any time we want, but they won't let us day trade unless we have tons of money. So I'm with you. I agree that it should be changed and changed immediately.
yeah, and I mean, I saw in the poly market, and I hate to bring this up, but there's bets on the Guthrie case. And yeah, that's it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, and you can almost bet on just about anything on the poly markets and on the others. I mean, Robinhood has embraced it. DraftKings has embraced it. It's all over the place. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
They tried to protect ourselves from ourselves, but really that's just been meant to make sure that the industry, the financial industry, is still making money and not allowing the individual investor to manage their own risk and desires. But that's just my soapbox. ROD, you're back, my friend.
Yeah, I just did a bet on Robinhood for the first time on what was it, Sunday. I bet $100 on NASCAR and I lost. But hey, there you go.
Like on who would win or how many crashes, or what kind of bet did you degenerately
I
put in
just
there?
I bet someone would win 100 to win 1,000, and he got like 14th. But hey, whatever. Something to do, right?
There you
I
go.
haven't I haven't I haven't done online gambling in a long time, but I figured, all right, I don't watch NASCAR, but maybe I'll give this a try.
And so currently you're doing some wheel and you're doing the Roddy. You have the play on the VIX. I don't remember. Do you still have leaps on?
Yeah, well, the VIX is a leap, right?
Right.
I guess they're all leaps in a way, one of the legs, but the VIX is really the poor man's covered call, if you think about it. But yeah, I have 2 leaps on open.
Oh, that's right. You do.
$9 strike. Uh, yeah, open is open is open. That's all I can
Yeah.
say.
It's open for business and taking your money.
Yeah, it is good at taking my money, and I keep giving it my money.
Yeah. Well, it's a technology company basically that lives in the real estate market. So it's got a chance. I mean, if it doesn't get crushed by Zillow and the others that are larger, it has a chance.
Yeah, you're
With
telling me there's a chance,
yeah.
right?
So with your working full time, are you going to spread out into other strategies, or are you going to kind of stick on these and hone these for right now?
Yeah, this is it. I barely have time to do. Well, again, the good thing about when I was doing the wheel, I was kind of like on my phone a lot, looking at the market a lot, um, looking for opportunity because see if I had to make a trade. When I do the Roddy, the good part is most of the time I'm waiting till Friday anyway to either roll a position or close a position. So to be honest, Roddy is saving me a crap load of time. And Friday afternoons is when it's best to do it because all the the theta decay is gone and it's it's at the cheapest it's going to be to close it, depending on the price, of course. But I block out my Friday afternoons, I make my trades, and it's easy.
Now, do you have to like take a break from your 9 to 5 to be able to do that, or do you get done in enough time to be able to do it before the market gets closed?
Usually Fridays are slower, but yeah, it's not. But yeah, sometimes I do take the half day, and if I do that, I'm going live.
Yeah, and more than one person has said that they would participate in that. So definitely need to plan that, and you can do that here on the Gold Digger Media channel and share your screen. So if you didn't want to do it just straight to YouTube, you could do it here too, or probably with StreamYard you could do it both.
What does everyone think about? I don't know if they could answer in the chat, but does everyone like the name Gold Digger Media? I thought it was fitting, right?
Yeah, that's right. I never asked.
I love it.
Looks like a couple people might be typing there. Alan retired guy says, I'm working on wheeling, Roddy and credit put spreads options. Just started learning the Roddy and the put spreads, so a lot of learning on my plate now. Looked at doing 0 DTs, just haven't been brave enough to pull the trigger yet. LOL, it's appreciative. He's talking about you sharing it and maybe doing your trades live. Now, I know D Squared does some live 0 DTE trades every once in a while, right?
Yes, and I will be doing. I'm doing one tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes. I have to work at 1 p.m. Eastern time, so it's got to be tight. But I will do one. I don't trade at the open. Maybe 10:15, depends on the market. I'll go live at 10:15 tomorrow, and we'll go from there.
And that's
so we'll just see.
That's on your channel, right?
That is on my YouTube channel. Yes.
Throw that in if you can, throw that in the comments so people know where to go find that.
If I can, yeah, sure.
Awesome.
So if you do the trade before work and it's still open when you're at work, how does that work? For the 0 DTE double D?
Okay.
Or is it?
Yeah. So
are we calling you? Grab.
You hear me?
No, now I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I had the the position where my laptop's open at work all the time, and I'm in front of it all the time. I'm back and forth all the time, so I can monitor it. If it's an iron condor and it's a busy day at work, I can't do it. So I'll just do a put spread or a credit spread. Easier to manage. I prefer an iron condor, and on a slow day I'll do it. I don't know about tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I don't have to work till 12:30, so I will go live and maybe an iron condor. Depends on VIX, depends on SPX, where it's at, and we'll go from there.
All right, you heard it here. Tune in. The link is in the comments there, so you can capture that link there and jump in tomorrow and check him out. As somebody said, he's cool as a cucumber, or as the late great Stuart Scott would say, cool as the other side of the pillow.
Is he? He died?
Oh yeah, he got cancer.
Oh,
and he passed away.
oh,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
Yeah. Tesla
Yeah,
Groupie
that's
is
an
in the
OG.
house. Woo, woo, woo.
Hi guys. How's it going?
Now we can't talk about her anymore.
Yeah.
I know. Everybody's Ambassador,
She's
thank you
back
for
from
doing this.
Tell us about the vacation. Give us a
Oh my
Reader's
gosh.
Digest.
Guys, I am not a like Europe person. Like I'd rather just go to like somewhere warm, Caribbean. But it was amazing. I highly recommend Spain. It was so fun. I went to France last year and it was all right. But Spain is I love it. It was a great time. And we rode camels and got to hang out with monkeys and all kinds of stuff. It was fun.
So basically like just hanging out here with this group of people, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Exactly, yes.
Right, now you're pretty much strictly a wheel person, right, Tesla Groupie?
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while I'll do like a little day trade, but when I do it light and I do it basically as a gamble. I'll only put in what I'm willing to lose, and that's it. But today I did I got some QQQ puts at the top right before it dropped at the end of the day, so those did well. That was fun, but it wasn't anything to brag about. It was a very light position, but it was fun. I do it for fun. Other than that, yeah, wheel.
Fun and entertainment.
It was for fun and entertainment purposes only. Yes.
All right, so
Yep.
ROD, have you calculated, based on now what you've seen over the last about 6 months of doing these options trades, the wheel, the Roddy, some leaps, so this kind of salad that you have of options trades, have you calculated how large your account would need to be able to actually retire on the returns that you're projecting you can get?
A lot. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess like $500,000 I can make work, but with being extra careful. But I don't know. I think if I had like $1 million, if I had $1 million in my taxable brokerage, I would be comfortable retiring now and making that work.
So what I've witnessed and looked at it is that you should be able to generate a return somewhere between 36 and 50% return on what you're putting into the market. Is that about accurate?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, I'm going for 40 now. Sorry, I'm eating. I'm chewing. Got cashews, but I'm going for 40. But some of it, I want to hold a lot in cash. A decent amount after what we've just been through. And I'm also, speaking of high yield dividends, right now I'm in STRC, which again I don't know if we classify that as a high yield dividend or just the preferred stock, but that helps too. It's paying me 11%, which is not 40, but it's stable NAV. It's 11%, so it's better than just holding it in cash. And so right now I'm still learning. Nowhere near retiring on dividends or retiring on options or retiring on crypto. So, and I finally, last year I got in a little hype mode. My head got bigger than it should have been. I thought I was going to retire sooner than I should. So now I'm back to reality. All right. So the goal is rule of 55 and, go from there. Unless Bitcoin decides to actually go up at some point and that turns into something. But Yeah, I think I'm working for quite some time still, unfortunately.
Rod, remember that somebody asked us in the in one of the spaces we did? I don't remember how long ago it was, but a couple of months ago, somebody asked us how we keep our ego in check. Like, you know, you're making so much money wheeling and I mean, like last year, you just really couldn't lose money. Like everything was just going up. And he said, how do you keep your ego in check? And I was like, okay, 2026 showed us how real quick. I mean, and all the crypto, anybody that's in any type of crypto is hurting. Any type of crypto, any type of crypto related stock, ETF is hurting. And it's terrible. But I do think it'll come back. But anyway, that's exactly what happened. Like you just feel like you're on top of the world. You're gonna retire on this. Like you don't even need to be working, and then shit hits the fan. Every time, there's always going to be some kind of pullback that puts us in our place.
Yeah, it works till it doesn't. And
Yep.
The good thing about the wheel is, I can say, is, you know, if God forbid the market tanks and you get assigned, you're not set to an expiration date, right? You can hold that as long as you want if you think it's going to recover. So
Right.
the problem I'm dealing with the Roddy, right? You saw what happened, you know, with Hood, right? It was going down like bad. Long term, I believe in Robinhood. I believe it will recover, but not by May, right? I had an expiration date of May, so I had to take a loss, you know, for that reason, right? So that's one disadvantage of doing that strategy for sure. And I know you said, you know, you kind of lied. You said you were going to try it. You never did. So, you know, come on now.
I will.
Now you're back.
I will.
Let's go.
You have to make a good trade
Ambassador
first.
did it. Ambassador was a man of his word. He chose his degenerate play. How'd you do on that, Ambassador?
Ambassador, you did it with RCAT.
Yeah,
Didn't you do it with RCAT?
Yeah, I did RCAT. I basically made the full amount that I put into the synthetic or the actual trade plus extra. So I actually exited that, and then as it dropped down, I re-entered again, and that's been very profitable. Now Qubits I have, and Qubits is underwater. I'm still generating some covered call income on it weekly, but the synthetic itself is way underwater because I was up in the, I think 27. I think Qubits today, I don't know if it's scraped 20 or not, but I think it's still at 19. But I have that a year out, so I'm just holding it and selling the covered calls on top of it. And minimally, I will get a little bit better than what I paid into it if I continue, if it just stays right here. But if it does go back up, I'll earn money, not as much as I would have liked to, but so far it's done exactly what it's supposed to do based on Qubit's price action underneath it.
Are you saying you have a gold digger on your hands?
It is a gold digger. I mean, it cost me $1,000 and or about $1,000 to get into it, and right now it's worth $387. So it took my $1,000, but only has $387 to get back to me right now.
She took my money.
I want Jonathan to sing it.
No, I'm not singing, but she is a gold digger. But my RCAT was great, and I entered another RCAT position. I challenged Tesla to enter the RCAT with me. She said she would, but alas, she had
I know.
ideas like spending time in Spain.
I still will. I just have to take the time to, you know, sit down and know what I'm doing with it. But I do want to, especially with RCAT. I really, really like that stock for trading.
Well, I tell you what, let's do a like space live where we go live and we do it together. I'd enter another position. I mean, it only costs about $380 to enter a position.
Yeah, let's do it.
Excellent.
Have you tried it with Ondas, ONDS?
I don't know Ondas. Let me look it up. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull that up. I've got
That's a good one too that I've been trading. That one and EOSE. Those two I've been trading lightly because they're newer to me. They're not my old school regulars. But they've done well.
Now, what's the ticker? ONDS?
ONDS, yeah.
Okay, so Ondas. Oh, I see it. It's on a nice uptrend. It's had a little bit of a pullback. The pullback fell short of the 144, It looks like it trades somewhere between what, 6.5 and 14-ish.
Yeah, let me go back and look at it. Yeah, it made a big move like I think today and yesterday.
Yeah, it had two big green candles. What is Ondas in? What is the company? What does it do?
Actually, let me look because I get so confused because I've been trading that one and EOSE. And like I said, they're both new to me. So I get them so confused. So I don't want to
She's a
give anybody the wrong.
degenerate. She just invests in IV. She's a degen. She doesn't know what she's investing in. See?
Well, I'm not investing. I'm not investing in it. I'm trading it.
Trading. I'm sorry, but you won't trade open. Yeah.
It is not my.
So
Dude, I traded open.
So EOSE is at the bottom of its range. So it's ranging between about 1150 and 18. So right now it's at the bottom of the range. Just broke below the 144, but it's had 2 or 3 green candles in a row. So it might break back through the 144. So yeah, this kind of configuration, as long as it can hold that range, is absolutely perfect for the wheel, right?
Yeah, and the IV is on EOSE. The IV is like 120, 120%, which is right in my happy range.
Real quick for the community, if they don't know already, or just raise your hand if you want to come up, join the stage. This is a community discussion. It's not just to hear us blabber. So if you want to come join, talk, ask a question, give your thoughts on options, what you're doing, feel free. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, 100%. Sense to Sense asks, is STRC risky since it's connected to MSTR? What are the pros and cons to holding the stock for the income? It's not really a stock, but I think we know what you mean. Does ROD also sell covered calls on it as well as holding the shares?
It's a preferred stock, so it is a stock.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, to be honest, I've never even looked if it has an option chain. That's actually a good question. I don't know. Is anyone on the computer
I'm scared to get off of. I'm scared to go like over to the other app and look. I'm afraid it'll cut this off. Okay.
I'll look.
And he's right. ONDS is a drone company and EOSE is energy. Mm-hmm. I just get the two confused because, again, I just started trading them.
You're on vacation mode.
Okay, so STRC does have an options chain. I'm looking to see how active it is.
Wow. What's their IV?
Well, I'm looking and I'm seeing absolutely zero volume. I take that back. It's got an open interest of 1 and 5 contracts on the call side at 95 and 90, and then on the in the money call it's got 172 at 105 and 1683 at 100. And on the put side, let's see, it has about $300 or 400 open interest on each of the 2 strikes above, but the strike, the spread is really big, so it's 90, 95, 100, or 105.
Yeah. So it's probably not worth it, but to trade options on. So what I do, I just try to buy it when it's under 100. Like if it's at 95, like that's a steal. $90 steal. One time it hit like 80 something. Because again, then they're going to pay you 11.25% yield based on 100 NAV. So if your cost basis is 90, obviously your yield on cost will be even greater. So I look at it that way. Is it risky? Yeah, of course, everything's risky. It's attached to MSTR, so you're relying on, MSTR, their Bitcoin position. You're relying on Michael Saylor. You're relying on them to not run out of cash. But I believe they'll be just fine in the long term. So I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's a preferred that pays a dividend, all as return of capital. So you have that
Yep.
tax advantage at least up front. So it's an aggregated. If you include FICA, Social Security, it's an aggregated almost 18. Well, it isn't aggregated 18% return, as long as it's ROC and you're not selling later on.
Yeah, and again, if you buy it, say at 90, you have to also look that you're going to get 10%, a little more than 10% appreciation, right? Capital appreciation, because it's going to go back to 100. So I don't know. I love that fund. I love Sata's more of a DGM play because you're relying on ST, as we used to say, but same idea, right? They're always at a discount though. What about you two? What about whoever's on you double D too? Do you guys own SATA or STRC, or am I the only DGen here?
I own neither. I don't know. I don't know. It's still MSTR, which I think I'm bullish on MSTR long term. I just don't know yet, and that's all I have to say about that.
It's too soon, right? You need still salty about the recent dips, maybe.
Yeah,
But I don't know. It's tough to.
Well, and I will say, I used to arbitrage crypto between Robinhood and Coinbase. I cannot. I've been banned from trading crypto on Robinhood, which is fine because I just buy Bitcoin on Coinbase. But I don't know. I'm leery.
For me, I'll disclose I owned a bag of STRD as one of their preferreds. I liked what it was set up to do, but when he launched STRC, I sold my STRD and moved it over to STRC. So I am a holder.
All right, that means I'm making the right decision, right?
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah, with two or more there, you can be guaranteed it's probably not the right thing, right? Hey, well, while we
What about
have,
SATA?
no, I remember the first time it came out, I threw you up a little sign and saying, "Hey, you going to get in this?" You said, "Yeah, why not?" And I said, "Don't do it." But that was just me like saying something off the top of my head. I had no real reason other than it was just another treasury company, and we were already having trouble with treasury companies, and the MNAV was getting squeezed on all of them. I just felt like, man, I don't know why that just didn't feel about right at that point in time. And then there was all the FUD around Vasam Swamy. I'm not saying his name correctly, right? Because he was involved and he had that kind of like a scrape with the gray area on the other company that he sold. So I just thought it was wise to stay away.
Yeah, I hear you.
While we have her here, Tesla Groupie, you still have your little your very small cost to join your community?
Yes, I do. It's only $4, and the only reason I charge that is to keep people out that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, and
So
my offer still stands. If you'll spend the $4 to join her community, and you don't make $4 worth of money net after doing and following her, I will pay back your $4. So
and I will double that.
So there's no reason for you not to join and at least follow along and get your feet wet. It is a friendly, open community with all different levels and layers of expertise there. So you'll fit in, you'll get in where you fit in, and you just shouldn't wait another day. Yesterday was better than today, but today is the best day now.
Yes, exactly. My community is awesome. We've got like 300 members. Not everybody talks and trades actively. They just kind of watch and listen. But I mean, some of them are very experienced and even better than I am. And some are literally brand new, like never even sold a put before. And I'm just teaching them slowly, and they're paper trading. And so, I mean, there's no reason not to. If you wanted to learn how, just come in and paper trade. You have nothing to lose. And I know people don't like to paper trade, especially on like day trading and stuff like that. And I understand, because it takes the emotion out of it. But when you're selling options, there's not a ton of emotion when you're doing it. So paper trading really is a good way to learn. So that's my spill.
Yeah. Join.
What about BMNU? Sorry, I had to bring that one up.
I know, man. All of us. Oh God, that was so bad. I mean, that IV, it was like 400, I think. Oh God, I don't know. I'm still holding the shares though. I'm just selling covered calls on them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm selling the covered calls under my average. I might as well just make some premium until they get called away. And then I'll probably lose some money on that. But we tried it, whatever. I have BMNR shares and I'm down, but I'm okay because I do think it will recover. That BMNU, I don't know what it's going to do. I'm surprised it hasn't split yet. It's like at $2.
That is the most vicious drop I've seen, like
Ever.
on any leverage fund. That was
Wasn't
just
it close to 40?
I'm pretty sure. That's why I had to cut ties when I did. And it's hard for me to take the loss ever. But
Yeah.
I had enough of that thing.
It's bad.
Sense is trying to rub it in because they probably know my worst trade in all my career trading was on MSTU, and they're asking me, what about MSTU?
Same thing, but not as bad.
Yeah, not as bad. I'm still holding it too and selling cover calls. Just, and I may even start this, while it's this low, I may start selling cash secured puts again and just using whatever I make from it to lower my share bases. If it were just a terrible stock, MSTR or BMNR, then, I'd probably just cut ties and cut losses. But, the second I do, they're going to run up because all they're waiting for is crypto to run up. And when crypto starts running again, it's going to run hard and those will move up. And I don't know. I just tell people though, if you need the money out of it, cut it. If you're not a crypto bull, cut them. You just have to make your own decision for your own portfolio. But yeah, they weren't great trades. So I feel like there were so many good trades that we did last year with all the leveraged ETFs and all the other things. And then these came along and not good.
Did crypto move today? I didn't even get the chance to look. Did crypto do shit again?
It was crazy. It shot up $1,000 in like, no joke, like 5 or 10 minutes, and then tanked from there. It was very strange how it shot up so fast this morning and then went right back down. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it.
Currently it's at, let me pull it up here. So currently we're looking at, my phone is loading. Sorry, folks. All right, it's almost 4:30. Are you going to have to slice there, ROD, or are you good for a few more minutes?
No, I'm good for like another probably 20. I'm stuck in bumper to bumper right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin right now is trading at 66,293.
Oh my God, 66?
Yeah, low 66. So yeah,
wow.
It took another bite out of my portfolio today. Yeah, sense to sense. Mm-hmm. I know that you didn't know that MSTU was a sore point for me. My own darn fault. But when that thing split and went down to I think $15 because it split, I thought, man, I am going to make a boatload trading some wheel on this, and just got stuck and farther stuck, and it was ugly. And ultimately, I just determined the opportunity cost loss on holding that and selling covered calls for pennies just wasn't worth it. So I took the nice spanking and moved on to something else.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. I scroll through X and look at all the people that are holding and or not holding, and I mean it's rough. You know what though? We're still at the very beginning of the year. What?
Be proud of your losers.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I love I love talking about the losers.
I mean, you have
It's
to.
just,
Go ahead.
yeah, I'd rather talk about losers than the winners, because it's, it's just funny, because I got my ass kicked on MSTU too, by the way. I think we all did.
Everybody did, yeah.
Yeah, because again, like you said, when they did the forward split, it was a forward split.
Yep.
It was cheap and affordable. Oh my God, what a, we're gonna make so much money. We're gonna like make bank on that, and we just we fell right for that. We fell right into it.
You know what though? I always tell everyone, if at the end of the year not every trade is going to go like you planned. I mean, that's not anybody that's on X or anywhere else saying every trade that I enter works. They're just lying. That's not how this works at all. So I'm always saying, as long as at the end of the year you have profited, then you have done what you're supposed to do. So in my long-term account at the end of the year, I was up $61,000 profits. But I was down 9,000 on BMNU. Now I didn't take the loss, but even if I did, again, I'm still bag holding. But even if I did take the loss, I still made, what would that be? $52,000 last year. So that's what you have to look at. And we're still very early in the year. I mean, we're in February. We still have many more months to make money. So even if someone has lost,
why not take the loss though? Let me ask a question. Why not take that? I mean, your tax bill is going to suck, but that would have helped a little.
I know. Yeah. I don't know. I did take a loss on something else because I was up 65 and I took a $4,000 loss. But I don't know, just because I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid, but I just really feel like it's going to make a move at some point. But but that was at the end of the year. I didn't expect it to drop all the way down to $2 either. It wasn't at $2 at the end of the year. It still had some hope.
Do you feel like you're less likely to take as many losses now that you have a community watching you?
No, no.
All right.
I will tell my losses and let them. Now, if I get into anything risky, like you were talking about open, let's say I decided I wanted to sell an open cash secured put. I probably would not even share that with my community because that is a straight up gamble in my opinion. So I probably wouldn't even share it. That would just be something I would want to do on my own, and I would just do it. I don't really share things that I feel like are overly risky. I'm already risky enough with the fact that I trade leveraged. So
what are you talking about? Open's doing great. It's at $4.
What you talking
and it's
about,
1 to 80.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
And it's going to 80.
My $9 leaf looks like a pretty good right now.
I'm sure it does. Hopefully you're selling calls against it.
Sagaski.
1256 contracts.
Sagaski, I did invite you on up. You popped back off. So if you'd like to come back up to the stage, you are more than welcome. And we'd love to have you there. So I did give you permission to pop back on up. But as far as like taking the losses, I mean, your two big quantifiers there, or what you're evaluating is the tax loss harvesting if it's available, but also then the opportunity loss depending on how much money you're using or tying up with that position. I want to make sure Sagaski gets a chance to get in there. Welcome, my brother. How are you doing? Go ahead and unmute yourself and say hello. Yeah, so for
me. Oh, there we go. There we go. So I just wanted to say something a little smart alecky.
All right.
Because they were talking about, you gotta love your losers. I was gonna say, what about Murney?
Oh. Did you buy Murney?
No.
I mean,
I had it at one point, but no.
Dude, I have made nice on Murney when it crossed above the 144 back in December. I went ahead and got in that, and I am plus positive both in share price and in distributions. So plus on that one.
I know everybody says the same thing about TSYY too, but so many people still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all, I mean, timing too, like,
It's all
Ambassador
about
just said.
timing.
But so when you look at like how some of these have done overall, we don't know when each person entered the trade. But they could be, some people are doing well on, Tesla or some of these others because of the entry point, and some of them are just getting destroyed for holding them, long term. But yeah, Murney. Luckily, I don't have a story for Murney because I never bought Murney. But yeah, I I've witnessed it. Just it's
So,
been doing better, but
you said
yeah,
Circle, by the way. Does anybody know about the Robinhood Ventures close-end fund that's coming out?
I
I
don't
haven't
know
read
anything
about it.
about
But
it.
I believe Circle is in it.
so what is the point? Can you explain like what it is? Robinhood Ventures or whatever.
All I know is it's a new IPO that Robinhood's releasing that they kind of do on I guess what I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, Circle's already public though, so I don't know what is the advantage with that. Can you hear me?
Oh, they invest in private companies.
I'm trying to see if I can find
But
something about it.
see, Circle's public though.
Yeah,
It's
Circle's,
RVI.
I'm trying to see if
Might
I can
be a good
find
one to
something.
wheel.
Must have been wrong, Dan. It must have been one of those other funds that everybody was complaining about, like Circle.
I'm seeing something here about a ticker CEF, and the Robinhood is offering access to it.
Closed end fund.
Yeah, a new closed-end fund CEF is IPOing, and Robinhood is offering access to retail investors. So that's one of the cachet things that some of the online brokerages have been doing, and that's been kind of like holding lotteries to let people get into IPOs in retail traders where they wouldn't normally be able to. So I know that when SpaceX does their launch, that'll be a huge thing.
Yeah, but I feel like we're always behind,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
The angel investors or whatever. We're not getting. I don't feel like we're gonna get any kind of deal, but maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you've got the time. You're young enough. $1,000 into Tesla at the IPO price on that day would be worth $1,000 would be worth anywhere from 2 to 5 million, depending on what price you got into it on launch price on that day. So, $1,000 thrown at it for your kids might not be the worst thing in the whole world.
Yeah, into their fund. Are you saying
No, into
into?
the SpaceX IPO.
Oh yeah. Remind me when it comes out. But yeah, that would be a good one for them. They're down on their Bitcoin, that's for sure. So I gotta make it up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're going to be rolling here close to the end, so I wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to kind of say whatever they wanted to say. By the way, Tesla's IPO was on June 29th, 2010. So it had only been 15 years ago. You could have turned $1,000 into 2 million in 15 years.
Oh my God! Thanks for reminding me. 2010. See, I wish I knew about investing, but I mean, but to be honest, the second I would even double my 2000, I would have sold it. So I'm not. Who am I kidding?
Well, it's the
But wouldn't that
same.
be nice?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, not the same 1,000 to 2 million, but Meta's IPO would have done somewhat close to that also.
Yeah. Now we talked about Bitcoin before. I keep looking at like Coinbase because on Robinhood you can't borrow margin against your Bitcoin, at least not yet. Hopefully they change that. And you can't take a loan against it, right? But Coinbase you can. But how do you feel about that? Do you think that's like, I'm trying to research it and see what the fine print says, but I haven't been able to find like an actual full document. But have you ever heard of that the Coinbase loan program on the Bitcoin?
Yeah, they'll let you borrow. I think it's 50% of what you have there, or 60%,
87.
right? How much?
87, I think.
87%?
87.
Wow, when they first launched that, it was 50, and then they went to 60. So now it's at 87.
Yeah, which is, but I think like as soon as you hit that, they take action, right?
Yeah, they
So
automatically liquidate the position if you get underneath it. But yeah, I mean, if you already trust Coinbase with your Bitcoin and you're not, funky like that where you don't want anybody else holding it, then borrowing against it, I can't understand why you wouldn't. I mean, there are other options on the chain options where you can do it through Aave and through a couple other on chain places you can borrow against your Bitcoin also.
so it's weird. It says when you borrow, you can't use that money in Coinbase for trading.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm guessing when you borrow it, they probably send it to your bank account. What are they going to do? Audit you and like follow the money trail? Like what if you put the money back in Coinbase? I assume, I don't know. How does that even work? How are they going to know?
I wouldn't be able to tell you, my friend. But
I
maybe
keep
they
thinking
have a
about
way
that.
of knowing.
Well, someone's got to be, I guess, watching out. But although, how would they know that it pertains to that money anyway, right? How can they prove that? So, I mean, I don't know.
You're thinking about doing that with your Bitcoin on Coinbase?
I want to test it out just to see, but before that, I want to make sure that Morpho, who's the loan company, it is like legit. So, but
And
I don't
where would you put the money to make sure that you doubled the interest you were paying?
know. SDRC, of course.
But
Come
how
on.
much are they charging? I thought they were charging like 8%.
No, four something.
Oh, 4%.
Yeah. Yeah, 8, I wouldn't touch it. But yeah, 4 is 4.2 or something. The last time I checked.
Now, can they change that
So,
interest rate at any time?
yep, that's the problem too.
There
So,
you go. Yeah. Well, I'm glad
quiet.
I'm glad that you're willing to be the guinea pig. That's for sure.
Well, no, someone on my Twitter said they did it, or they're
Okay.
trying it out, and they said it worked. I don't know who they are, but
You remember Charles from Wolf? Charles Menke from Wolf?
yeah.
He did that. He did it.
He did. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't followed up with him in a while, but he did that with his Bitcoin on Coinbase.
We gotta have that'll be the next round table. Not round table. We gotta have him up here. These Wolf people, they're busy. We
They've got a
gotta
full
get them on.
enterprise there. All right, so I'm gonna take this around the table so we can go ahead and wrap this up. It's been a great conversation. Thanks for letting me kind of monopolize the conversation. I'm sorry about that, but had a good time. So before we go, D Squared, you got anything you want to share with us? Promote, talk about it all?
No, I mean, I love this. I love this. For number one, the audio is better than Spaces, so I love this. I'm going to do a live trade tomorrow, 10:15ish, and we'll go from there. But I appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate.
What about your
you.
video tonight? Plug your video tonight. I'm sure you got one coming, right?
Yeah, I'll do something tonight.
So be on the lookout.
Tesla Group.
How many subs you got? Are we close to 1,000?
No, we're close to 400.
Oh, geez. Yeah, we gotta fix that, Ambassador. These people aren't listening to me. They don't like me anymore. I used to be able to help people get subs, but it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I'll throw something out on X and my tens of
I
followers.
saw Smitty just make a comment. Smitty, on my YouTube, I will do it live on YouTube. Just jump in there.
There you go.
And I'll answer your question.
Sense to Sense is asking, what's the ROD's new YouTube channel and does it exist yet? I'll answer yes, it does exist, and I think it's retired on options. Am I accurate there?
Retire on options? Yeah. Yeah. Retire on options.
Yep, and it is live. I followed it this morning, or I subbed this morning. Tesla Groupie, you got anything you want to share with anybody before we wrap up?
No, thank you so much for hosting this, though. You did a great job keeping it moving. And thank you for inviting me.
Isn't he the best host out there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He and Parabolic. You guys got it going on, both of you.
She is awesome. She's a special human being.
She is. She's so sweet and so supportive. And so are you, both of you guys. And Rod. Rod has helped me out like so much with everything. So I appreciate all of you.
And plus, on top of that, Rod can sing, man. Woo!
I mean, right. Exactly. Can't beat it.
Gatsky, you got anything you want to say before we pop off here?
It was nice talking to you guys and listening to you guys as always.
I appreciate you. You're a great supporter. You always have nice comments. We're very grateful. Make sure you always come up on the stage and say hey. All right, ROD, I give you the last words here before we close out.
Can you hear me?
I can, sir.
Oh, yeah, no, thanks for hosting it. And to the community, we'll try to do many, many more of these. If you have suggestions, well, of course, as long as Ambassador agrees, because this only lives if Ambassador is kind enough to keep doing this. So thank you very much again for doing this. I know you don't have to, but it helps the community. I've never even used the voice right in Discord until we started this, but I think it's cool because you could literally talk to whoever, right? And we could do interviews and we could do whatever. But yeah, you can have the closing words if you want. Feel free to do a prayer if you want. It's all good. It's up to you.
Thank you. And I count it a privilege and honor to be a part. And I love the community. And I just want us all to really lean into having our best day ever, each and every day. It's a great place to live. I just encourage everybody to do that. All right, with that, I think we're going to say adios. Thank you so very much. Sagaski, Tesla, D Squared, ROD, you guys are amazing. And we'll catch you later. I'm going to bounce now. Thank you so much. Pow, pow.